5 more minutes and he could have talked me into anything. What am I going to do about Bobby? Hey, why not? Dear Molly and Mac, I need some advice. Fast.
Karen, we're home.
Hi.
Everything all right?
Sure.
I'm making popcorn. Come on down.
In a minute. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid he'll break up with me if I keep saying no.
Thing is, I'm not sure that I really want our relationship to get more physical. What should I do? Sound familiar? The pressure to have sex. It's something many girls
and guys
have to cope with. Sexual pressure seems to come from everywhere.
There's pressure from partners, like the pressure Bobby's putting on Karen.
You know, you have to grow up sometime.
Pressure from friends.
Everybody's doing it, which just isn't true. Polls show that more than 50% of high school girls and 40% of high school boys are not sexually active.
Pressures from the media, all those sexy movies and ads.
And don't forget the all-time favorite. You would if you loved me.
Then there are pressures from your own emotions and feelings, all those hormones you learn about in biology.
Yeah. Sometimes it seems like sexual pressure is everywhere, and knowing how to respond to the pressure can be a problem. But you can make the problem easier to handle if you decide beforehand what limits to set on your sexual behavior.
And you have the right to decide what limits are best for you.
That applies to any level of sexual behavior, even holding hands. Listen to this letter from Debbie in Chicago. Dear Molly and Mac, I went out with a guy I met at a party.
He kept trying to put his arm around me, but I really didn't want him to. See, I realized I didn't like him very much. I know having a guy put his arm around you isn't a major deal, but I just didn't want him to. Anyway, things got real uncomfortable because I didn't know what to do.
Sexual pressures affect guys, too. I remember I got a letter from a guy named Kyle, whose friend was driving him crazy.
You still going out with that girl, Lisa?
Yeah.
She's real cute.
Yeah, I think so.
So, tell me, how is she?
What do you mean, how is she? She's fine.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. How is she?
What?
Any action? Are you getting any?
Quit it.
Come on, I just want to know. Is she any good?
Shut up, Gordon, will you?
Hey, what is it with you? Come on, man, I ask a simple question. What's your problem?
He just wouldn't stop. No way was I going to tell him about Lisa and me. But here's what bothers me. He was a total jerk. So how come I was the one who felt stupid?
Kyle doesn't want to talk about his relationship with Lisa. That's his right. Debbie doesn't want someone she doesn't like to put his arm around her. That's her right. That's because we all have the right to decide whatever limits are best for us.
Sometimes, like Karen, you aren't so sure what you want to do. That's when the pressure can really get to you, especially if you're dealing with someone as persistent as Bobby. In order to be sure that Karen does what's right for her, and not what Bobby's trying to pressure her into, she has to do some serious thinking about where she wants to set her limits on sex.
But here's the important thing. She has to do that thinking beforehand. She can't wait, like she did last time, till the heat of the moment, when the situation was already getting out of control.
You have to think about your decision ahead of time while you're still cool and clear-headed. And that's what we advised Karen to do.
Okay. So tell me what the letter said. Okay. I'm supposed to decide where to set my limits. Okay? They said I should list my reasons. I guess that means why I would, why I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Well, I like Bobby. I care about him a lot, and I want him to know. And I kind of feel like I owe it to him.
What do you mean, oh?
Well, we've been going out a couple of months, and, you know, he pays for the movies and stuff a lot. Well, besides, doesn't everyone say that after a while a boy just expects it?
Expects it?
Don't you think that after a while, if I keep saying no, he's going to get fed up and dump me?
Karen, those aren't reasons.
Well, maybe it's like he says. Maybe it's just time to grow up.
Listen to you. He expects it, he wants it, everyone says. You're not doing what Molly and Max said. Give me this. See, okay, they said you're supposed to find out what you want, You're looking for what's right for you.
Karen's ideas about sex aren't so unusual. A recent survey showed that 50% of girls who are sexually active and 20% of boys say they were pressured into it at least once.
Here are some of the pressures they listed. I was afraid I'd be called a tease. I didn't want him to think I was a prude. He said once a guy gets started, he can't stop.
Don't let anyone hand you that. It's just not true.
There's more. All my friends were doing it, and I didn't want to be the only one who wasn't. I was high. I was drunk. I got carried away.
To find out what's really best for her, Karen needs to ask herself some serious questions. What she'll gain if she gives in to Bobby's pressure, and what she'll lose.
And she needs to listen to her conscience. She might find out that she already knows what's best for her.
What will I gain? I'll still have Bobby as a boyfriend, and he is one of the hottest guys at school. Even if he wasn't, I'd still be crazy about him. But having sex would mean that we were really serious about each other. We'd have to be to do that. But am I really that serious about him? Do I even want to be? Honestly, I have to think about that. What else? Well, the risks. I know there are risks. I'm not stupid. I could get pregnant. Pregnant. I can't even imagine it. What about diseases, STDs, even AIDS?
Well, I'm trying to make this list like Molly and Max said I should. You know, what I would gain, what I would lose. Well, on the plus side, don't you think that sex would bring us closer together?
Maybe that's what you think happens, but it doesn't always work that way. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
This is just between us. Swear.
Of course.
Okay.
Remember I told you about Craig? The guy you worked with last summer, you told me.
Yeah, not the whole story.
Well, things started out really nice. We were both working at Jenkins Florist, so we spent all day together. He was really cute and funny and all the things I like. So anyway, you know, it didn't take long for our relationship to progress. I mean, it happened so fast, and I just never thought about what I was doing or where it could lead.
So anyway, one night we were at his house and nobody was there, so it just happened.
It just happened?
Yeah, we got carried away.
You mean you just couldn't help it?
Isn't that ridiculous that sounds? I couldn't help it. I mean, yeah, I had a choice, but that wasn't exactly the time to be making it. You know, I should have thought about it beforehand, like you're doing now.
Well, so what happened?
It was weird, really, you know, but it changed us, but not the way I always thought it would, like in the soaps, you know, make everything all romantic, and he'd show me all this attention, and we'd be so close. It wasn't like that at all. And I just felt really bad about it, and I was sorry it happened. And I guess I felt hurt, you know, because he didn't act the way I thought he would. But you know, the worst part is that I'm never going to have my first time back again.
Are you going to play this thing all night?
Hold on a second, I almost got him. What's the matter, you in a hurry or something?
No, I just want to talk to you. It's important.
What?
Well, it's private. I thought we could go for a ride or something.
We can talk here, no one can hear us.
Well, can you stop playing?
I can play and talk, go on.
Well, it's about sex.
Sex? Okay. But that's not something you talk about, that's something you do.
Well, first you need to talk. We need to talk.
Okay, but, you know, this isn't something that I'm really good about talking about.
Well, it's like you always say, Bobby, you have to grow up sometime, and this is as good a time as any.
Okay. So what do you say we get out of here and do some real grown-up stuff then, huh? No one's home at Ronnie's.
See? That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
What? What's the matter?
This is hard for me to say, but I don't want to go any further than we already have.
Yeah, but we haven't even...
No, listen. I've thought a lot about this decision, and I know that for me what I'm doing is the best thing.
Come on, you don't really believe that, do you?
Aren't you just a little curious? Come on, admit it. I know. You're afraid you'll get pregnant. Is that it? Huh? Huh? Look, I can understand that. Don't worry. I'll take care of everything. I promise.
Look, Bobby. I made my decision.
Well, that's great, but what about me?
I guess that's up to you.
Well, we heard from Karen again, and we weren't surprised when she told us she and Bobby had broken up. It seems sex was more important to him than the relationship.
She was kind of down for a while, but it didn't last long. Anyway, she said realizing she made the right decision for herself really made her feel better.
And it didn't take long for her to realize something else. Bobby wasn't the only guy in the world.
Dear Molly and Mac, a couple of weeks ago I met this great guy. His name's Jerry. I really like him a lot. And it's such a relief to know I can handle any pressure about sex because I've decided where to set my limits. Working that out beforehand has made me feel much better about myself, just like you said it would. Thanks for all your help, Karen.